Well, it's that time again. Outer Points Productions is about to go live with another Knockout Challenge match. Join me, Little Cheddar, and my guest live at the Varsity Club in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, as we will be delivering some of the best mediocre commentary in the business. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the match, and don't forget to jump in the chat and say hello. Please take the time to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that like button, and share it with all your friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you right after this word from our fabulous sponsors.
Dumper Dan's charter fishing fleet in the Port of Sheboygan is Wisconsin's proven charter fishing leader, running the most trips and catching the most fish. Enjoy great fishing for trout and salmon aboard one of our 6 fully equipped modern charter boats with experience and professional crews. See why Dumper Dan's is the most popular name in the industry. We offer fishing and lodging packages featuring the best in riverfront condos and hotel accommodations. Half or 3/4 day trips available, so call to make your reservations today or log on to dumperdan.com. Dumper Dan's charter fishing fleet, Wisconsin's proven charter fishing leader.
Welcome, everyone, to Outer Points Productions. This is Dale Little Cheddar Lorenz. I am live here at the Varsity Club in Oshkosh, Wisconsin for a live drawing of the very first ever Ultimate KO 10-ball challenge. We've got 6 players left in the 8-ball challenge, so why not do 10-ball? Got another 32-player field. We don't need to go over the format because we're going to be do that during every match. So we're going to get right to the drawing. Thank you for those who are here checking it out. We've got several viewers. You probably know how this works. I am going to go over to the bracket itself and get that up on the board. Uno momento, por favor. All right, coming your way. Here we go. All right, there it is. So, I need somebody to give me a thumbs up and let me know that you can see that bracket. Somebody give me a thumbs up. Can't do that yet, Randy. All right, Randy says he can see it. Vincent Didio, one of the players in the field. Good afternoon, by the way, Chad Johnson and all. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday. All right, so here's how it's going to work. I am going to hit that generate draw button, and it's going to populate the field. Then somebody couldn't give me a number. First, I'm going to read off the names. So here we go. All right, and the names are as follows. This is not the bracket yet. These are just the players. Steve Kilberg, Duncan Kaufman, Dan Welch, Jason Van, Mike Schultz, Harmandeep Singh, Adam Granatella, Vincent Didio, Jason Gibbs, John Williquette, Rudy McGill Jr., Brandon Vo, Todd Halverson, Eric Winburn, Jim Gisay, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, Tim Stockinger, Patrick Reset, Coy, sorry, Coy. One of these years I'll get it right. Ken Shaw, Kenny Ingachi, Rich Ciampa, Tim Doyle, Paul Ojeski, Chris Peace, myself, Little Cheddar, Tim Schatz, Jeremy Fedkenauer, Adam Swenson, Cody Wettig, Dave Peters, Rich Stadler, and Gray Seek. All right. So now, don't get ahead of me, Randy. Now I need a number between, let's do between 1 and 7, just because Randy said 7. So somebody give me a number between 1 and 7. That's how many times I am going to reshuffle those players to make it all legitimate. I knew that was going to happen. Randy Parlick is the first one in there with number 7. All right. So I am going to reshuffle this 7 times. Every time that I reshuffle, you are going to see 2 little green dots say that I legally reshuffled at the top of your screen. All right, cool. On the 7th one, that is the last, and I will read off the matches. So, reshuffle number 1. There's the 2 green dots. Reshuffle number 2. Reshuffle number 3. Number 4. And 5. Reshuffle number 6. And the final and 7th reshuffle. And I'll read off the matches. There you have it. In match number 1, we've got Jason Van, 494, taking on Kenny Ingachi, 490. That's going to be an even race. Match number 2, Rich Stadler. Oh, wait, sorry. I got to go back to I was scrolled down to the bottom. All right, let me start over. Match number 1, Brandon Vaux, or View, Adam Granatella. Match number 2, Koi and Gray Seek. Match number 3. Oh my gosh. You've got to be kidding. The 2 guys from Sheboygan, Tim Stockinger and Dan Welch, are playing against each other. Unbelievable. Match number 4, Cody Wettig and Vincent Didio. In match number 5, we have Rudy McGill Jr. and Ken Shaw. That's a very even race. Match number 6, Chris Peace and Adam Swenson. Match number 7, Jason Gibbs and Eric Winburn. Match number 8, Mike Schultz and John Williquette. All right, we're halfway through the field. Match number 9, Jason Van and Kenny Ingachi. Match number 10, Rich Stadler and Harmandeep Singh. Match number 11, Todd Halverson and Tim Schatz. Match number 12, Rich Champa and Patrick Reset. A lot of close matches here. Yeah, some got a spread. This is a big spread here. Duncan Kaufman and Steve Kilberg in match number 13. In match number 14, Jim Gassé against myself. Match number 15, Paul Ojeski against Dave Peters. Another very close match. And you talk about a big spread in between. In match number 16, the final one, Jeremy Fedkenauer at 717 Fargo taking on Tim Doyle at a 453 Fargo. So that's, let me do that in my head. I'll try to do the math in my head. No. It's like a 4-game spot, I think, right? 653. So I think it might be a 5-game spot. Wow. Cool stuff. Anyway, we'll get into all the details of that a little bit later on. Good afternoon, Marilyn. How are you? So, that wraps up the live drawing for the Ultimate KO 10-ball challenge. I am going to go ahead and create and go to step 5. You're going to see all this happen live. Save and review. Then we go to the bracket, and now I can zoom in. I can't do that ahead of time, so I do this on purpose. Unfortunately, cannot do that ahead of time. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so those that are going to watch this later on can get a good idea of what it looks like. Again, Brandon Vo and Adam Granatella, Coy and Gray, Tim Stockinger, Dan Welch, Cody Weddick, Vincent Didio, Rudy McGill and Ken Shaw, Chris Peace and Adam Swenson, Jason Gibbs and Eric Winberg, Mike Schultz, John Williquette, Jason Van, Kenny Ingachi, Rich Stadler, Harmandeep Singh, Todd Halverson and Tim Schatz, Rich Champa and Patrick Rossett, Duncan Kaufman, Steve Kilberg, Jim Gassé and myself, Paul Ojeski and Dave Peters, and last Jeremy Fedkenauer and Tim Doyle. So, thank you, everybody. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a blast. So, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon. Sorry about the Packer loss. Man, that's a kick right in the old... Yeah. They move that over just uno momento. All right. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and we will see. As a matter of fact, if you are interested, you're still here. Tomorrow night is myself and Tim Stockinger playing at 6 o'clock-ish. That is the round 3 of the Ultimate 8-Ball. And then we've got one more next Sunday to wrap up round 3, the quarterfinals. Then we're down to the final 4. So until then, see you tomorrow and be safe.